Hey guys, what's up? It's Dan. Real quick, this is just going to be my video newsletter, since I know you guys love our email newsletters. I just want to say awesome job yesterday to everyone. We had huge PRs, some people 40-pound PRs and stuff like the back squat. Left and right, everyone's having the PRs. I'm going to put up a photo just so you guys can see the whiteboard yesterday. It was crazy. It was like PR, PR, PR everywhere. It was awesome, dude. Awesome, awesome, awesome job. All right, check out the photo. All right, so based on yesterday in the testing, a couple things that we found out is that for the majority of the gym, we need to work on the front squat or quad strength. So for the next couple months, January 14th, so next week, up through the start of the CrossFit Open, so it's like 7 or 8 weeks, I think, something like that, we're gonna be focusing on that quad strength as kind of a priority. All right, so just so you guys know, this is a little skeleton. It's on the level board. If you guys ever wanna see what's coming up throughout the week, it's not an exact layout of the workout. It's what we call a skeleton. It'll kind of let you see what we're going to work on so that you know what days you need to come. So the majority of the gym does need to work on front squats. However, if you don't happen to fall within that majority, you might want to prioritize other days. All right, so for example, for the next, let's say 2 months, give or take, on Mondays, squats, upper body pulling, Metcon, pure conditioning, no strength. All right, so just to give you guys a little hint, next Monday we're retesting Angie, 100, 100, 100, 100. All right, Tuesday, dynamic pull from the floor, something like speed deadlifts, sumo deadlift, high pull, clean snatches, quick powerful movements coming from the floor. Vertical pushing, both strength work and a Metcon. All right, so we'll do some kind of strength stuff, followed by straight up quick and fast conditioning after that. Wednesday, just pure strength, heavy front squats, heavy pull-ups, lots of sets, full hour, just strength. So kind of like how yesterday was, but just for these two movements, all right? Ththursday, high skill, the whole hour is gonna be dedicated to the Olympic lifts. So we'll alternate, 1 week it's the clean, the next week it's the snatch, then back to the clean. So really dialing those in. That doesn't mean it's gonna be easy. This is probably one of the hardest days right here. You're gonna be doing a lot of work in there, a lot of skills, a lot of drills, a lot of transfer exercises. You're gonna be exhausted, all right? Friday is gonna be kind of up in the air, depending on what we're gonna do Saturday. So Saturday is gonna be some kind of tester similar to what happened in the CrossFit Open last year, or a workout, one of the girls, one of the named workouts, something like that would go here. So depending on what that is will kind of affect what we do on Friday, okay? So if you're one of those people that needs to work on front squats, Monday, Wednesday, should be your priorities, and then whatever other days you can kind of fit in based on how many days a week you come. But these two would want to be your priorities, all right? And then I'd say try and get another day, either Friday, Saturday, or Tuesday, where you're doing something besides squatting and pulling to kind of balance it out. All right, so the program's always designed for coming 3 days a week is going to get you the most bang for your buck. That's really where you're going to kind of see the best results. If you come 4 days a week or unlimited, make sure you're not coming more than 3 days in a row. Like what I personally do, I go 2 to 3 days on, take a day off, 2 to 3 days on, take a day off. So I typically go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. If you're going more days in a row, you're not going to recover enough, you're not going to get much out of it. All right? So that's the next phase of training. So let's say you're someone who needs to work on your deadlift. Your priorities, you would want to come Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right, and then another day in there based on your schedule and what you wanted to work on. All right, so you can really use this to figure out what days you need to come to improve yourself. Now what you shouldn't do is say, I hate squatting, so I'm not gonna come Mondays and Wednesdays. All right, that's not the purpose of this. All right, another cool thing. I know you all noticed the tape on all the dumbbells, the tape on the barbells, the tape on the kettlebells. I was talking to, I forget who I was talking to, but they didn't realize that the colors for all that stuff is coordinated. So a 45-pound barbell is red, a 45-pound dumbbell is red, and the 44, but we'll round up, 45-pound kettlebell is also red. The 33-pound barbell is blue, the 35-pound dumbbell is blue, and the 35-pound kettlebell is blue. So once you kind of know one color, you know everything. So it's really easy to know in this gym, red is 45, blue is 33 or 35, but that's close enough. Green is 15, all right? Or in the kettlebell it's 18, but you see how it's still pretty close, all the colors, everything's kind of lined up perfectly. So just so you guys know that. Leveled classes. So we had a couple questions about the leveled classes and my little controversial blog post. Make sure too, if you have an issue with the blog, comment on it, let us know. If you don't write a comment, if you're only shooting me an email, no one else is gonna know. So I encourage you guys, write comments on the blog. But for the leveled classes, if you're not intermediate, the intermediate classes aren't for you. They're gonna be kind of, the workouts may be different, they may be taught at a higher level. But what we're kind of doing is on a case-by-case basis, if there's someone who is really close to getting intermediate, so maybe they only need the rope climb, or they just can't get the row, something like that. They're pretty close, they just have a couple things. That final decision is gonna come down to me. I'm gonna kind of sit down with that person, figure out what it is they're lacking in, and if I think that they can handle those classes, we may allow them to attend that, but that's gonna be on a case-by-case basis. Also, 3 things that cannot be what you're working on. You must have the dips, you must have the pull-ups, and you must have the 3 external rotators, the scapula strengthening things. So the dumbbell external rotation, the trap 3, and the power raise. You have to have those 3. If any one of those are the ones you're missing, you have to get those before you can come to the class, all right? And on that note too, we've had some questions about bands. So for intermediate, for the ladies, we have the thin blue and the thin red. The thin red is thinner than the thin blue. This is the thin band. So if you're currently trying to test into intermediate and you've done your pull-ups and your dips, we may have you retest with this one because some people were using this band. It has to be the red. If you're already intermediate, you might have snuck by, all right? But that you still need to be able to do this one, okay? So this is thin, this is thicker. This is not what you need for the level test. It's that one. Another thing for the levels, just to keep people's shoulder girdles and shoulders safe, we're gonna cut out the kipping in workouts if you're not in the intermediate level. So the kipping pull-up puts a huge amount of stress on the shoulder joint, all right? It's a huge range of motion. And if you don't have any dead hang pull-ups, if you don't quite have 5 dead hang pull-ups, 5 ring dips, and all those scapula exercises, your shoulder, it's my opinion, is not strong enough to handle that dynamic movement. So if you're not intermediate, we're gonna discourage and not allow the kipping pull-up in workouts. If you want to practice it, you know, in a skill session where it's nice and easy, that's okay, but not in the middle of a workout where you're going crazy and your technique might kind of fail. All right? So that's all I got for today. But again, awesome job yesterday, guys. Huge improvements. Keep it up.